Hi, my name is Lily Patch, and I'm a realtor with the Bean Group. Recently, some clients came to me looking for advice on a long distance move. So I wanted to share my experiences with you as well, as I recently moved from Boston to San Diego. So there's three options really when you have such a large move ahead of you. You can get the big moving companies like Allied and Mayflower, or you can get the pod trailers that they will drop off at your house and you fill them up. And then lastly, there's good old U-Haul that you can rent and load up the household belongings and your family and the dogs and hit the open road to see what life throws at you. If you're on a timeline, that may not work for you, so we're going to explore option one and two. So cost is a huge thing when it comes to moving, and the big moving companies are going to cost you. They are, and if they pack for you, that's even more money. But generally speaking, $15,000 to $20,000 is what you're looking at for the big moving companies, and that's really just a guesstimate. They'll come to your house, they'll give you an estimate of what they think your property weighs, and for a 2 to 3 bedroom house, it could be like 12,000 pounds. But that's really a guesstimate, and you won't know until they hit the weigh station, when they're at your new home. So something to think about if you are on a budget. And then you're sharing that trailer with other people. So keep that in mind that it's not just your stuff on there. They are going to have like 3 or 4 other families on this same semi. So ask them about what they have in place to protect your belongings, to make sure that you don't have to deal with loss, theft, or any mix-ups in addition to potential damage. Make sure they're using professional movers, that they aren't just hiring some high school kids, because putting all your belongings in that trailer is huge, and you want to make sure that it's loaded up tight and there's no wiggle room so that things can break, especially your electronics and your valuables. So for us, we ended up hiring the big moving companies, and we got a breakables package which insured us for replacement cost on our electronics because we had some computers. So if you don't get them to pack it for you, they're only going to insure that $1,000 TV for like $60. So make sure that you ask those questions about replacement value of your personal belongings if you pack it yourself, because it is very important. But by far the most important thing that you can ask them is if your items are going to be loaded and unloaded several times. For me, I wanted to make sure that once my items were on that tractor, they weren't moving, because I hear these horror stories every day from my clients about moving companies and their personal belongings and valuables completely destroyed. So you want to make sure that they are not loading and unloading your stuff over and over again from one hub to another. So they assured me that once everything was on the tractor, it wasn't coming off. And they asked me if I lived on a road that was big enough to accommodate their 18-wheeler so that we could make sure that everything went smoothly. And then moving day came, and they did not show up with that 18-wheeler. A box truck the size of your typical U-Haul showed up, and I was in shock. And I was told that that is how they do things, that they were going to load everything up onto this little truck several times, because it was going to take more than one load, and bring it to their storage facility, where it then was going to meet the tractor trailer, and then it would be loaded yet again. And the trailer wasn't even en route yet. They didn't know when it was going to be showing up. So again, my items could have been delayed another week or two. The timeline was completely off, and I felt completely betrayed and misinformed. So I want to hopefully prevent that from happening to you. So ask those questions. Very, very important. The unloading and loading especially. At the last minute, I sent them away, and we had 24 hours to get a new truck, a new mover, to figure out how we were going to do this thing. So we ended up calling the pod trailers, and they dropped a pod off at our house that day. We ended up needing two, and they were able to accommodate us with that too. This was a lifesaver for us and a blessing in disguise. The cost was a fraction of what we were going to pay, so we were quoted $17,000, potentially, assuming the weigh-in. And it ended up costing us, with us renting our own professional movers to load and unload, $7,500. So that was a significant savings for us, which really made a huge difference to our wallet. In addition, we were able to put our own locks for security onto that trailer to ensure that nobody else was going to have access with theft, or, you know, if our plane landed after our belongings arrived, I didn't have to worry about somebody breaking into our trailer. We were the only ones with those locks. We had deadbolts on there, and everything was so seamless and easy, and we were so impressed with the Pod trailers that I would definitely feel very confident telling you that that is an option, a very viable option that you'll want to look into. So aside from all that, make sure you contact your insurance company, your homeowner's insurance, and try to get a separate rider or a separate policy to cover your belongings while they're in transit. Most homeowners insurance companies will have some option for you to do that with. If not, there are third parties that you can go to, but I would start with your homeowner's insurance. Well, if you have any questions, feel free to email or text me. Maybe my next video will be on a topic that you've asked me about. And if you need any help relocating to the West Coast or the East Coast, New England, Boston area, I'd be more than happy to help you with that as well. Till next time, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm going to leave a downloadable link for a cheat sheet from my website. So maybe that will help too, just in case you weren't jotting everything down. So look for that link down below this video. And again, thanks for watching. Till next time, have a great day.